You are watching Eswatini TV, Sibuko Semaswati.
It's a Monday, and of course, it's never a blue Monday when there is a sport show. Of course, my name is Patizo MCB. Welcome to Libola Eswatini, a show lapho khona sikhuluma khona ngendaba lemabhola lethendeka lapha even sesithinzeke ngaphandle ukuthi kwentekani, kepha-ke ingcikithela lihlelo ikhulumisa indzaba lethendeka la ekhaya. Nalamuhla-ke kude lokuhlukile mbukeli njalo sekuphathele etindzaba letihamba imbili kuphi nalapha siphindze sibuke ukuthi ngabe kwentekeni kule weekend njalo kube sathi ukuthi bekunema games ayemtheni, kepha-ke just to give you i-rundown ukuthi namhla sizabe sekuphathelene nehlelweni kune-sponsorship lebesikhona sema-regions lebesendeka lapha Instacash sponsor ema-region zonal, not even Super League and all that, le-higher levels, but zonal le lapho phasi sihlale sithi khona akubuyele emuva ku-investwe khona le ku-grassroots, and it's sekuqalile tenda lokho saseke siyayithensa indzaba kunendzaba lethenza ku-break masinyane nyalo njengokushana kwelanga. We're gonna touch on that kuve ukuthi ngabe khambani in one of the big teams who will be playing one of the big games this coming weekend. Seselihem kenyalo lesithola nje nyalo just before singene emoyeni takubreakela masinyane sasesibuka-ke nama-highlights ukuthi ngabe khambe kanjani emidlalweni lebe ikhona live lonke njalo kube nema-games lamakhulu le kuthaba nkulu kwenteka etimanga Prince of Wales kwenteka lokwentekako kalanga kwenteka lokwentekako sabe sikhulumisa tonke leti ndzaba leto kuva nje ukuthi ngabe khambe njani khona etinkhundleni temidlalo njalo kube kubhizi njalo kuhlale kubhizi ngaphansi kwayo i-MTN Premier League. Of course I can say a lot ngichubeke but the man who will give you substance in whatever I'm saying, Linda Master Dlamini, because angomukele ngovuzele hlelweni.
Oh yes, Pati, ngiyabonga ukumukeleka la ngivusele njalo sinike amacebo lamasha ukuthi sende kahle.
Master, ngitawufuna ukuthi kabukeli sebabamba phasi kancane.
Yeah.
Kule breaking news. But ngifuna sikhuluma ngana indzaba ye-sponsorship ukuqala.
Yes.
Bumcoka bekuya grassroots. Siyabona ba sponsorisha, what's the name of the place? Echendlovu.
Yes.
Zona, it's Zona League.
Yes.
Tell us about that. What's happening?
Patizo namuhla ibambisene ne-Prime Bakery sponsorishe i-league Echendlovu Zona League. Bantu road nawufika ungangeni kaHlatsi uthathele umgwaqo lweSalema wehle phasi enkundleni ushaye ubheke boBheneza uhambe boSalema ukhuphuke eMbulungwane na ukhuphuka eMbulungwane ke before ufike kaMashayikhathi nasoto uthatha ubheke eNew Haven uyangena ke sekusetshenzendlovu ke lapho leli ground lapho la kudlalwa khona lema leagues lamanengi including i-volleyball, including bosisi ladies soccer, including
ngathi une personal connection kulenzawo ngendlela losithethe ngayo kusuka lana osibeka.
No, Patizo ngikhulele khona lapho ngidlale khona ngemncane namhla bangikhumbuta indzaba Hillchurch lelibovu ngabatshela ngathi ngicela bangaphinzi bayikhuluma umfana wami yazawukhule acabanga lenye indvo. But Patizo ngilandzana indzaba naye nawubuka le yandzawo leya isemakhayeni, and I'm happy ukuthi i-Instacash lesebenta ngekuhambisa imali ibambisene nayo Prime Bakery libhakatini kwakuthi bangahamba baye endzaweni lesemakhaya bafike basponsorishe high Super League, because Super League ukhona, high promotion ukhona, basponsorishe izona league nami la ngacela khona at age 13 ngabe sengidlala. I'm happy ukuthi labe bakhona nje namhla incumbi yabo ngadlala nabo, not ilibani lengidlala nabo. So kuyajabulisa ngicabanga ukuthi even nalamanye ama leagues sigatsile ukuthi kucalwe phasi, because lingaphasi ngilapho khona kukhicitwa abadlali zonal nje ukhicita abadlali labaka promotion ukhicitela Super League ukhicitela Premier League na First Division.
We have a player lodlalile goes the same grounds who is one of the best players, I will say one of the best players to come out of.
Yeah.
Who's actually active right now?
Sabelo Scalenzinis
Yeah.
udlalile eTshedlov naka safunza khona entshanini adlala ku Mbulungane branch netikola against bovele bantu bo Jerusalem bo Sandleni bo Ngudzeni because beka se entshanini so ngicaba ukuthi lela ground lela li parties there is one player man lo washaya in one season lo washaya 68 goals in one season kulela ground lela adlalela lenye team but wabe so ngicaba ukuthi I'm a bit emotional because
yeah, I understand. Ngifuna ukuthi master if tinkampani lethi njengabo Instacash they are going down there.
yeah
Shothi nyalo if le sponsorship lesson nje sitakuniketa encourage for my team Premier League teams ukuthi asesihambe siyobuka le pass ukuthi yini laba ayibonile laba lento ukuthi baze ba invest le.
I think even nalama players that are motivated because if utawufika sponsorship basponsorishe ngala kubobabe 15,000 bese kuthi kubomake because ngishilo ngathi le league yabomake eseyinabo 3 years ang 6 ke lama teams abomake at the moment so bona babanike 5,000 ngala kubobabe kuba 15,000 and ngithi nangithi kutawuba motivate labadlali nasi nang sita team yami Spronyoto siyaka promotion sichameka kazonal sathola 300 emalangeni ngalesa sikhathi lesa so imali lengaka lena nje yabomake lo 5,000 so imali lengaka ngicaba ukuthi labadlali tabakhombisa ukuthi bafuna ku in kahle kahle I'm happy ukuthi Prime Bakery nayo Instacash ingene boleni ifune ku market
I'm actually happy they didn't leave the ladies out of it.
Kakhulu
yeah,
in fact kudos kulabo laba organizer because lokuqala ileague yabomake emakhaya akusikolula ku challenging siyade emakhaya ukuthi bosisi bavuka bayo
benetimva inqombe emsebenzini yasekhaqala
but ke even nabo bhuti
lemakhaya
qala kofela uhlakula uyothoda tonkele uyogaya kubhetani it's challenging
sakuthi basuke sicabanga thina ukuthi team futhi fana nalambabane tonke kuyafana kani lemakhaya ku more tense kuyasentshetwa kakhulu so you should know ukuthi if uthola umdlali lochamuka lemakhaya you got a player lo dedicated because of all the things that endako you always make sure ukuthi uba nesikhathi sokudlala ibhola
lwazi ishumi lo dlalela iMonen Pirates scored against me in 2004 afunza inhletsheni eTshedlov
bonya lo okupi this time master let's just take some quick interviews sive ukuthi ngabe bekwente kanti sponsorship esikhulumisana naye ke director wayo iInstacash Chicks ngoni
sihlangene neTshedlov Football Association namuhla ukuthi sinathi asifake lokuncane labangakudlalela sibambisene na Prime Bakery so that mabadlala sibone participate kwe youth sibone na ukuthi ibusiness yethu ingaqhubeka njengoba ngishilo ukuthi sifuna ukuthola abantu laba kanjani so sijabule kakhulu ukuthi sihlangane na Prime sihlangane ne Football Association kutokwenda le competition labatayidlalela emavikini letako kuze kuthi nathi sikhone kufika kulabantu lesithi sifuna kunaka bona sisakha ibusiness yethu.
We are very happy to partner with Intercash in this project that they have going on. Our main idea really is to continue to be involved with the Swazi nation.
Kula malanga dibana netinginamba tekuthi inetikhala lapha nalapha. Kodwa umuntu utakathathele lithuba nje abonge kakhulu uMr. DuPont ababelomele aka Instacash Mr. Numaro uthi umuntu akatibongele kakhulu netinkampani la Instacash lokusekela kule league lebesinayo vele liqiniso bese sithi nemali esibantwana singaba challenge abayodlala kodwa nje lamhla sibonga kakhulu ubaka Prime Bakery siyabonga naku baka Instacash.
Beautiful stuff coming in from Instacash and of course some Prime Bakery. This is very encouraging and we'd like to urge other corporate companies to go back there to the grassroots. Put something, man. Faka lapha nalapha. It's not much. 15,000. You've already impacted so many lives. Masam probably would have made it to the Premier League if I got Fulanga 300 at that time. If it was something like 15,000 by that one time, man, I think that's a corner then actually la Polen.
Oh yes, definitely. Ngihlale ngithi bahlale bakhala ke le ngikhule nabo. Bathi ngangabe nguwe mhlambe onyango eSouth Africa. Ngangabe nguwe bonke labo goalkeeper.
Well, everyone is a hero in Zoniak, so it's okay.
Hey, not everyone, not everyone. But
there's a hero, but ngoma ngabe not everyone, but kune hero le khona enzawo.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I understand where they're coming from. Mhlambe nawo ngabe bokhona. Sendlula ke lapho master. We just received some breaking news nyalo nje masesila moyeni. Something happening in Baba Highlanders, master, quickly.
Yeah, it's a rumor. Yet to be confirmed kusasa. Kubamvula bafanele officially.
The sources we got from,
we have
it's a trustworthy source,
reliable sources.
Hence, we are even confident to saying it out. But we're gonna give it the take until the rumor and there's until the official statement from Baba Highlanders.
Yes, NS Mavuso, labegang coach, long coach because go. It's officially.
Yeah.
Yes, but NS Mavuso lebe smart njenga coach weMbabane Highlanders tindzaba liqhamuka khona ecampaign eMbabane Highlanders tithi so yekelisiwe kucoacha ilicembu leMbabane Highlanders. In fact bekangekho egemini yevovovo. Yes, sambuta ke Masilonyane ukuthi kwendekani wathi basakhuluma na director shothi
but it say ukuthi kunetinkinga vele.
Kunetinkinga washo. Yes, but lesititfola kunyalo NS Mavuso akasesiye coach weMbabane Highlanders.
We will get more to that when we're discussing the game in Baba Highlanders for kusho ukuthi impact yalo itobanganani more especially because they are going to one of the biggest game, not even one, the biggest game of the Eswatini football this coming weekend. So but I will be the coach long NS Mavuso lebasola nabo. But before we even get to that, let's start with the games lebeka khona over the past weekend. Master lapho khona bekunema game man siqala khona Mavuso. Yeah, Sipets. They were playing Eastern Vasantans. La yakona ya win 2-1 Sipets. But before we discuss the highlights, because we got highlights for that game, I want us to quickly see Rangers Green Mamba. Rangers, Ibambe Green Mamba. What's happening with Green Mamba?
Tinga tihambi kahle yathina icala lesizini ngiyakhumbula ngakhuluma kakhulu ngabo basuke ku first 3 games bamdlala kahle bamwina but nyalo sekuyabonakala lothi because lamanye ama teams noma ngaba khona labadlali but uyayibuka le ndlela labadlala ngayo bakhona bonjabulo bakhona bomcolisi icishe nje le cream banele mdlulisi back
seemingly there is the cream but there is the icing on top of the cake.
Yeah.
But good little cake.
Good little cake.
It's just the icing.
Yeah. Ngicabanga ukuthi idine ngileti vele kucinga ukuthi basahlale phansi babuka ukuthi are they still playing ngalendlela iGreen Mamba leyatiwa ngayo nangikhale la wena ileague ngayo.
Yeah. Rangers big results for them. Big point.
Big kakhulu because nabuka ukuthi kulo past 3 or 4 games tinva betingabahambeli nezinani kahle.
Besides na iwin labathole kuBabane Swallows.
Labayithole kuBabane Swallows but before that baluza kuTen Sundowns baluza kuMazini Wanderers baluza kuMbabane Highlanders. Tonke lama result lawo bekasemahle so kuthola i-results against Green Mamba kube i-result lenhle kubo.
Kelly's. What's happening in Tabang? Tabang man.
Slaughterhouse.
Yeah.
Slaughterhouse.
Talk about home ground advantage.
Because basina we-journalist indlebe takho kutsinga ukuthi ihlale tikhalphile ngiyamova umphathi wayo Kelly's ucoce nemphathi weMbabane Highlanders eMavuso Saturday because bebadlala Sunday uthi ndayishaya iRoyal Leopard uyamhleka director weMbabane Highlanders wayishaya ke vele ngicabanga ukuthi le team seyinalo December ngihlale ngithi ke mne phathizwe as a team kutsinga ukuthi ube naso slaughterhouse sakho wathi ukuthi lana awungitsinzi angeke uze ungihlule kuphi so ngicabanga ukuthi iThabankulu Kelly's onke lama teams ate respecta nakaya khona eThabankulu.
Another game Tambuti Milling.
Yeah, iThambuthi neMilling Hospes iMilling Hospes siyabona ukuthi impendulo mawelela kukhona la funa kuyisa khona le team but ngicabanga ukuthi ufike isayivele iqalile isizini hence lama results awekho kahle siyakhumbula ukuthi Prince of Wales wadraw nayo yona ivovovo neyalo yabuye draw nayo iThambuthi but kancane ngicabanga ukuthi le ndlela lekudlalwa ngayo utagcina itholile that winning combination even nale ngalendlela because siyamati ukuthi udlala yipi I style of play that position football le passwako le keeper le ball so ngicabanga ukuthi kancane for Tambuti ngicabanga ukuthi nakhona kusadzinga ukuthi coach Mdluli wasina ke fika wathi dineng le team vula sadzinga tendiwe le team I hope ukuthi inqumbi yato so connect and identifier watilungisa futhi.
Yeah, now let's go back to the top of the fixture, the results table. Then sometimes ikhale phansi kusipets master. We have visuals for that game elebelapha eMavuso. From where I was, Sipets on paper favorite.
Yeah.
Results they justify.
Performance.
What do you say?
I think Partizan nawubuka indlela iSipets ledlale ngayo bathole an el goal bakhona ukuthi bathole an el goal Christian Twala ingcabanga bafana bakhe at the moment bakhona kwenda lokumthozisa balithola lelo goal lelo but nasobuka angathi la ngcondweni labadlali babese ba relax kakhulu because nawubuka ukuthi second half iDenver Sundowns yabe siyaba attack in fact Denver Sundowns bekumele ukuthi at least ikore emagoli langenani this beautiful goal
look at the movement master
that
when
pass,
the score is still 0-0
that pass from Choko kuya la ngendazi
the
whole movement na composure and ke ngaphinze ngeva ke nangandlebenye ukuthi Mthokozisi bamhlalise phasi ku midweek bakhuluma naye bathi Mthokozisi this is your time to shine.
Yeah,
go boy udlale uyabona that boy is talented.
He's a like quality striker, proper striker,
but inkinga yakhe iwork rate yakhe ipass kakhulu.
He's a bit lazy.
Uyabona so ngicabanga ukuthi ulitholele igoli lemrowade kuloku ukuthi bakhulume naye and going forward but awukhona ukuthi but invo leyabe bese seyibabulela kakhulu kuphuma kwaMuzi because wathola injury kanye bekayihlupha le defense yayo iSundowns ngicabanga sinalati ingcomventa emazini best players but our star players ophumile sekumele inyalo sithi sit back uyabona sivumele yona iDenver Sundowns is attack.
Yazama they missed so many chances. Yes, they scoring that one is Sundowns second half. But bakecha too much master.
Bakecha kakhulu. I'm happy nje ukuthi yena coach Athwele wakufaka kusho ukuthi kusamele ukuthi balungise indzabe finishing and babuke ne striker babuke ne striker what's already khona striker labas identify yes lababuka kusayina but ke kube se kuthola itolo kube se kutandzaba ukuthi balethe coach lomusha loqhamuka ku yes
be coach Tsabango
Kelly's so angade ukuthi lesinye isikhathi ePhathizo ngiyayintibute mina bengicanga se12 but amnika le post achubeke nale team because
master mangifa mina from my sources actually waqelela yena usicela batfole someone to assist him.
That's the problem le ngihlale ngisho ukuthi okay it's okay kubita abo coach because sikubonile kulamanye emanako but the style of play salabo two coaches asihambelani asivumi Denver Sundowns siyayati ukuthi and sayibona futhi against Sipets ukuthi idlala kanjani and lo coach labamlanzile ochamuka khona eThabankulu Kelly's akasuit le styles of play se Denver Sundowns.
After that game master kwaba nayo imbaba neSwallows liyatshana neMonene Pirates. A lot was said ngale game lena mabuka ukuthi the two teams ake game lena yinye it was said bekunema problems lelenye from mina kusho mina lokho they are one of the team ladlala the most exciting football you can ever watch iMonene Pirates. Two teams coming in with contrasting form yafika igame iba one sided.
Partizan ngicabanga ukuthi elingcomento badlali tithi Monene Pirates ikhonile kuwina against Royal Party. Monene Pirates ikhonile kuwina against Green Mamba. Monene Pirates ikhonile ku draw against Manzini Wanderers. So ngicabanga ukuthi nawubuka the team akashintshi kakhulu coach
yena
yes awushintshi lutho nangabagali malutho. So ngicabanga ukuthi waqalisa the usual starting 11 even neSwallows ngala ngicabanga ukuthi yabuyela kunaya imbabane neSwallows incumbi ebamvu laba believer ukuthi this is Mbabane Swallows yes bekangekho that defender.
It's about 8 players labala kule starting 11 lebe bakhona like 7 years ago.
Yes, about 7 years ago. So ngicabanga ukuthi ngiyo iMbabane Swallows and even ama fans ayithokotela le starting 11 but nalapha ekhase groundini Pupu played very well,
Man of
Felix
the
played very well. So ngicabanga ukuthi Sedio because siyamati kusudlala as a holding midfielder but kule game le bekadlala as a number 4. So ngicabanga ukuthi laba players embabona Swallows akhona ukuthi abambisane and lama senior players abese yayinyusa ke le performance yakhe ngikhuluma ngaPupu kula midfield beka dictate le ngicabanga ukuthi basadzinga ukuthi enyuse kancane mu D4D I performance yakhe yenyuke kancane otherwise yena Pupu naye Felix badlala kahle kakhulu.
For Mbabana Swallows to get the points to get the win building up to igame lenjengalena over the weekend, confident booster?
Confident booster Patizwe na ubuka ukuthi uyawina against Monen Pirates. Here's the goal.
Yeah.
You can't give Felix isikhala lesingaka ekhatha boxing.
He'll dominate too.
Uyabona because une height and ne experience iyavuma kuye uyathi ukuthi that textbook header is definitely a goal. Nala beautiful goal. So ngicabanga ukuthi
take nothing away from the quality of the cross.
It's
a beautiful cross.
Mabila, yes. Yeah. Having athole ipass kuPupu. So ngicabanga ukuthi le game le ibanike ibabostile ukuthi bahambe baye ku next game against Mbamana Highlanders ukuthi bayiwine because
what I was looking from Imonen
ku dominate midfield siyayathi ukuthi Imonen Pirates la khathi ku midfield even naseba switcha le bhola Imonen Pirates ngicabanga ukuthi nangihlala ngibuka i-team yagcina ngiyayibuka ukuthi okay yayidominate position but once bashintsha lamagiya bayifaka le bhola ngale mawingeni le speed siyashintsha noma seyibuya la khathi isuke seyishintshile. So on the day angubonanga kwendeka lokho wawubona nje kancane ama episodes la hamba bo 3 seconds 4 seconds not about bo 3 minutes 4 minutes 5 minutes la khathi midfield ngikhala ngayo kakhulu because Imonen Pirates yathi ukuthi ita dominator la midfield bese kuthi la ngemuva impendulo uya intercept lawo ma passes but on the day bebabukeka ba frustrated kakhulu.
Another game very interesting master down kalanga lapho khona rather Malandi versus Young Buffaloes. Young Buffaloes, they are silently climbing the table, master.
Oh, yes.
And
definitely.
Everyone is not taking notice of them, but
they are only 5 points behind Royal Leopards.
Exactly.
5 points behind the Royal Leopards. Yeah. And this win against Malandi Chiefs, lokusha 5 amagoli ngicabanga ukuthi nabo kubabostile kakhulu. And nawubuka ukuthi yona a beautiful take. Yes, yes.
He's making happy of that.
In fact, Patizo, nawubuka Young Buffaloes, as much as there are some players labakhona labe bavele bakhona last season but le change ngicabanga ukuthi ikhona lebese siyakuthinza kulabadlali a beautiful take. That's how you score against Young Buffaloes. Beautiful goal from yena as well. Lalitholile against
connection.
Yeah, beautiful. Oh man.
And near post Nhlanhla, you wouldn't expect.
Yeah, but it's a bit higher ukuthi ungabe sesomblame kakhulu but nje ngicabanga ukuthi they should have scored. Ngiko ke lesihlale sekuthi Patizwe once wathola ema chance against your Young Buffaloes, punish them because bona once bathola ema chances bawathola inside eboxini. Sikhuluma ngemidlalo ne experience lana. One of most underrated players if are fully fit kuleyo season leyo.
That's a big if though. So you understand the ratings.
Yeah.
That's a big if. Is he gonna be fit? Is he?
Ayisekho ngakuye. Siyamkhumbula ndoda loya ndoda lebekathatha ema defenders on
from Wanderers.
From Imanzini Wanderers is early days ku Young Buffaloes. So ngicabanga ukuthi uya understand but nje ngicabanga ukuthi lendlela Young Buffaloes le khona ukuthi i-recover ngayo from naya 2 games naqala isizini kubuya nyalo kulama games lawa ngicabanga ukuthi inhle kakhulu i-defense eMalandi Chiefs this season. This is a beautiful goal but Patizwe now ubuka la licala khona libhola lama mistakes lawo bekungakamela ukuthi endeke kule half yeni because le half leyo siyasithi bathi bo coach aw build kule half leyo aw build. And look at the
defense. What is the defense?
Yabona ihamba yonke ilandzela ibhola ngamva last week Prince of Wales spoke a shouter badlali ukuthi ngeke bese seningena nonke
sinethe.
ngisalibululo letinyosi ndzawonye ngicela ukuthi ile structure ngasho ngathi badzinga ama leaders lo muntu lo tawucommanda in fact even na goalkeeper kucinga ukuthi a command a shout inakhuza yakhe I defense yakhe nebadlali bakhe.
Yeah. Now we move on, Master lapho khona sisitawubuya Sunday. Oh, sorry, we have this is Sunday. We have Tinyos neManzini Wanderers. Manzini Wanderers losing 1-0.
Partizan ngicabanga ukuthi for iManzini Wanderers kusuka ku draw ye Monen Pirates kuda ku lose ye Tinyos ngicabanga ukuthi iyehla le graph ishona pass instead of ikhuphuke. If you want to compete awalose ama games la kanje. Awalose ama games la kanje na Partizan. So I think nyanga kucinga ukuthi naye yes utakutshela ukuthi ama players akhe vele usayibuilda le team basebancane we understand but ngicabanga ukuthi the brand Manzini Wanderers kucinga ukuthi le performance yakhona idzinga ukuthi uhlale uperforma at the highest level.
Yeah, considering the status of the team and of course nalokuthi over the past few seasons abendi kahle vele, so to bring back the fans you will need those wins.
Yeah, kakhulu. So ngicabanga ukuthi kudzinga ukuthi ku next game bakhona ukuthi ba recover because kule game le nabo lamaphutha la defense bawenda kakhulu. Yes. Le ngicabanga ukuthi kuya contribute but ke Palma on the day abekhona on the day, so I understand because uyambona ukuthi ungene ekhathi kakhulu akukho uyabona lothi last game yeMonen Pirates abengekho akayidlalanga kusekhona lokuba rustinyana because defender ifana na goalkeeper kudzinga ukuthi lo mvu ahlale adlala but ngicabanga ukuthi bekumele ukuthi yende ngcono iManzini Wanderers kuleli goal leli.
Now we'll move on sitela Prince of Wales Master. Let's go yaphela ngalo 1-0 ya winner Donatinos 4-4 versus Mbabane Highlanders. Mbabane Highlanders coming to this game, they have in mind because they are going to a derby.
Yeah.
Now they are facing one of the teams Lafigide from First Division, but on the day, Bayabete the coach.
Yeah, Bayabete the coach.
I'm saying him already.
Yeah, but I'm helping inakuz attendance yayo Mbabane Highlanders but afike ama fans but I'm not happy ukuthi why le game yayiswa Prince of Wales. Singakhuluma nje konke but igame le kanje Manzini sorry Mbabane Highlanders nayo ivovovo ngicabanga ukuthi Caleb le team la yakhako le nawubuka ukuthi lapha emuva ku defense yakhe unabo bo Tamizulu unabo bo Aristo. So ngicabanga ukuthi kancane uyayakha le team ngala nje oboshilo ukuthi bekangekho yena NS Mavuso coach le ngicabanga ukuthi yes bawathole ama chances.
They got the better chances.
Kodwa mina Partizan ngiyakhala indlela lebadlala ngayo leli ground leli belingadzingi le style of play lo hlale udlala ngaso kulamanye ama games Partizan kuyadzinga ukuthi ushintshe le style of play because kumanti uyakhumbula ngikutshela ukuthi lapha ekhathe groundini na ungena ufaka linyawo belingena lonke lesicathulo lebengisigcokile so for ema players ukuthi utawudlala la ku midfield nje nawubuka ukuthi bekunamenzi kuna ndolo uyabona so usho ukuthi vele wena sawuchubeka siphase le game kanzi on the day thola labamvu labatawuthatha le bhola bayifake yes batawugijima vele bomolotho nabo bo Benten but anisudlala le bhola la ku midfield because kude lama passes lamanengi lento wathola ivovovo yakwenda lokho beyithi 1-2 passes ifaka ibhola ekhathe boxing. Look at this goal, composure inside the box, far post, it's a goal.
Yeah,
that's how you win against Mbabane Highlanders.
This is strange. I'm gonna say it right now, this is strange. I'm communicating with my producer here, Master. Right now, there is a meeting at Happy Valley. The decision to fire the coach has been reversed right now.
Things happen.
There is a meeting. If say play within 5 minutes.
Yeah.
But I have proof because the meeting has been reversed right now.
Yes. Okay. Decision reversed.
Yeah. But it was a mistake to start with.
Asati ukuthi bathaphenze bashintshe in because tinvo utawuthola ukuthi nga11 ebusuku kunemuvu loshaya icingo athi sengidecidile mina siyamcosha so ngicabanga ukuthi tonke leti
anyways it's the same person who's calling the shot.
But
It's the same person.
but why? Because Enes Mavuso akaluzi game this season.
Yeah.
Imbabane Highlanders. Not unless disrespectile behind the scene. Hayi lapha egroundini atfakelana netinvo lethambelana nebhola.
I mean, but anyways, I think this will be good news for Mbabane Highlanders fans if they appreciate the decision to reverse Babisele October coach because Bangasadli and Jando Gasho Master as we take a look at the table to show what is because the only game the coach was not there, Master. Yeah. But even for the first round carrot, from number let me just say from number 5 can actually win.
Yeah.
The first round.
I'm happy ngendlela isibet.
This is the top 8.
Yes, the top 8 le Royal Patsolia leader 25 points Mbabane Highlanders 24. Ngicabanga ukuthi beyine chance Mbabane Highlanders yekusuka ihlale etulo. In fact the abadzingi letindzaba leti awufaka coshwa kwabo coach ini kule sigaba lesi. Manzini Sibet 23 points. They are only 2 points behind the yona Royal Patsolia. If Manzini Sibet iwina Royal Patsolia iluza ku
the next
weekend
game.
in the next game ihlala ngetulo
and these teams lala phetola satawudlala
satawudlala odwa uyabona so isibethe nje yona solo
be careful of young buffaloes.
Yes ngeke uzikhohle because nawubuka ukuthi bona ba only 5 points behind yona iRoyal but so ngicabanga ukuthi nabo ungete wababala out kakhulu.
At the wrong end of the table, Malandi and Tamboti, they are still to win a single game this season.
Ngabheja ngesenti yami ekugcina. Malandi Chiefs is going down
this season.
Yeah.
Katse kwasaba.
I no katse uyabona le nhlase beyisolo ikhona. It's gone.
I always appreciate Gubugel Malandi because they are playing well but badly.
Yeah.
But I think I'm at the time lapho khona ngasho ukuthi I'm tired of every season they are fighting relegation.
But even about 6 years ago, is it 6 years ago, bedla babuya baphinze uyabona so ngicabanga ukuthi kudzinga ukuthi chairman wakhona kumet atinike isikhathi aphinze abuke ukuthi yini le element ukuthi akhona compete with the likes of Mbabane Swallows ukuthi ba fightele for my trophies la njengabo Eswatini Bank.
Master, thank you so much. We're going to cut the show. Well, we're not cutting the show anyways. We're just going to stop it here today and give an opportunity for the viewer to watch the extended highlights. Because we just wanted to touch on every team the way but now we're going to leave you with the extended highlights. You'll probably get a picture. Team yako ngopula shot corner and as is a preparation for a weekend, and of course we'll get the big news for Itabi on Thursday on Temidlalo. Master, thank you so much for your time.
Yeah, ngibonga mina parties kungenzeka noma ngayini
khona zolahla. Oh yeah.
Kungenzeka noma ngayini.
Singavona letinye tindzaba kusasekuseni, but for now all we know is the decision to fire Mbabane Highlanders coach has been reversed. So Enes Mavuso is still Mbabane Highlanders coach. For now, we're going to leave you with the highlights and we'll be back next week. And of course, Master will be back on Thursday and Temidlalo to give you a lot of time. What can you expect? Otherwise, from me and the whole sports crew, good night.
It was a week of the underdogs in match week 11 of the MTN Premier League with Tabangulu Kellis, Dinyosi and Vovo for all causing major upsets. Results for Denver Sundowns when they welcomed the Manzini Seabeds at the Mavuso Sports Center. Sundowns, who've only managed to win 3 games so far this season, were hoping for better luck against a highly motivated Seabeds who wanted nothing more than a top 4 entry. Christian Pala, who is having a rather successful spell at Seabeds, made no major changes to the side that won against Rangers in their last outing. This time around, he decided to go with the 4-2-3-1 formation that has reached his defense. Basa Pikapakapa got the honors to get the match underway, but it was Seabeds who got the first real chance at goal, with striker Sandumuzi Zwane finding the net only to be ruled offside. Minutes later, Seabeds were at it again. This time around, goalkeeper Bafana Kwebu launching the attack from the back to find forward Zwane, who made no mistake, tapping to the net, leaving goalkeeper Luetis Milane with no chance at all. A crucial lead for Inyoni Zolwandle after 7 minutes of play. Seabeds were not slowing down as they continued throwing all they can to the host in search of their second of the match. They were well rewarded though through Wandile Nhlego, who made no mistake after working through 8 Denver Sundowns players. (2-0) to Inyoni Zolwandle, taking an all-important 2-goal cushion to half-time. In the second half, Seabeds continued where they left off, coming close to extending their lead. Inyoni Zolwandle missed out on a chance to put the game beyond Sundowns in the closing stages of the game. It was end-to-end stuff, and one could sense Sundowns' urgency with the hope to rescue the match and get something out of it. Mangoba Spider Masego with a moment of brilliance, restoring some hope in Sundowns' faithfuls. It's how the match will eventually end, 2-1 in favor of the visitors, Manzini Seabeds climbing up to the third spot on 23 points.
Ngiyabonga abadlali ukuthi we able to get lo 3 points ngoba bomcoka lo 3 points wanamuhla.
Game of two halves, coach. Sibonile mhlawumbe second half angabuye udlala first half uye the better team. What changed?
Sundowns with a counter way kuloko in the first half, but we're able to absorb. They tried to come to us in a satama to absorb the second half. Otherwise, first half, like you say, it was a game of two halves. We were a better team first half, but we missed so many chances. And second half, now they came to us and they got the only goal.
How important is the win?
Mkoka le win ngoba sonke salibalekele relegation na ubukanyana usetelo safe.
Yeah man, I think I don't know what happened, but I think we played well. Okay, fine, we didn't start well because we didn't have much time to warm up and we conceded early 8 minutes. Actually we didn't warm up, so I didn't blame my boss for conceding such an early goal because they were still not okay. But then the second goal, I think it was uncalled for. We could have do something to prevent it. Okay, and then after all, yeah, we played well. Fine, first half we failed to create some chances. Maybe because we were using 4-5-1, maybe our striker was too isolated and there was no link between him and the midfielders, and we lost most of the balls in the final third and they countered us. So, but then second half we tried to 8 numbers up front, played 4-4-2, we created more chances. I think this game, it's one reason Christians need to isolate themselves from football, because their football is at all. Because when you watch the game, you will say Sundowns is leading, but then the score tells something else.
Wanani Pirates' 7-game unbeaten run came to a halt in the hands of a resurgent Mbabane Swallows at the Mavuso Sports Center on Saturday afternoon. The appointment of Musa Manyati and Siyabonga Pembe on interim basis as leaders proves to be the right omen for the beautiful Bears as they maintained a 100% win record in their last 2 games. The start saw 2 long balls that were not threatening to either side. Swallows had the perfect start to the game, Felix Badenhorst testing the keeper with a well-taken grass shot slightly off the target. Swallows, who looked more of a team that made it out of the group stages of the CAF Champions League, were more threatening and proving why they were a winning combination. The reuniting of former Mbombela United striker Badenhorst, former Polokwane FC player Banele Popus Konze and Sfiso Mabila was all needed for Swallows to find an opener. 1-0 to Swallows, much to the delight of their fans. Pirates were in search of a quick response to that, but goalkeeper Sandile Nkomishi was not having it at all. Soon after that, there was a heated encounter as Pirates striker was fouled inside the penalty box. Swallows held on to take a 1-0 lead at half-time. The second stanza saw Pupu breathing in some life into the match with a well-taken shot to extend Swallows' lead. The Buccaneers came close to scoring, forcing a save from Gininza. Pupu was a marvel to watch on the day, alongside the captain Tony Titi Tabete, who led by example. A little bit of flair and Samayas here and there. A solid showing for Swallows, and they were not to be denied their third to wrap up the match. The Sea Robbers were handed a lifeline in the closing stages of the second half when they were awarded a penalty. However, it wasn't to be as Meshaklu Shaba hit the goal post. Pirates unable to build any pressure up front, allowing Swallows to cruise to a comfortable victory. That's how the match will end, with the beautiful birds flying high.
I think our boys, they showed character. Now, in the past two games, they are showing character. The emphasis here too, it was more on forward passes, and let's make sure that we force them to defend their box. So, as a result, we caught them unaware of my transitions because this force are singing the box in and then they defend the box.
No. It's just that the difference today was that we didn't score. We were playing a quality team, a good team. No, they prepared well for us. And actually in this game we are the biggest learners. We have learned something in this game. We are going to correct this team. And I don't think it was a tense match. It was just one of those days where you have a bad day in the office. But otherwise we still remain a good team. I'm proud of the way the boys they played. Although I noticed that there was a little bit of some anxiety, they were scared somewhere. I think that resulted in the second goal. But we are still a good team.
Young Buffaloes welcomed a struggling Malandi Chiefs at Galanga Technical Center on Sunday afternoon. Sabelo Mnese's charges have not been in their best form so far this season, and a matchup with Malandi was inspirational enough to see them return to their magical form that has seen them dominate teams over the years. Malandi, who have only managed 2 wins in their last 20 meetings with Amatole, went with the traditional 4-3-3 formation. The Army outfit, who are in a building process, building from their 2-0 win against Tambuti, kept the same pool of players, except for defender Boniso Mamba, who was out serving his yellow card suspension. The early exchange saw Gwaketfala smashing it home for the host after a foul on Ali Mate outside the box. Immediately after that, the board must rule in mathematics was to be applied with Zwelifagutse leveling matters straight from the center restart. Perfect response from Malandi. Amatole were a bit unsettled as Malandi continued applying pressure, forcing an error from goalkeeper Pumlani Ngobese, an error that went unpunished. Young Buffalo's captain Ndoda Mtsetwa showed the boys how it's done, restoring Young Buffalo's lead in the 40th minute. Lindelani Dlamini had a chance to level matters again for Malandi, but his header was way off the post. It was clear to see that things weren't going as planned for Malandi, and the frustration spilling off onto Malandi's bench, seeing assistant coach Sbusiso Spogo Dlamini being cautioned. Two minutes into the second stanza, Ali Mate registered a third for Young Buffaloes, capitalizing on a defense error. The action of the field was as intense as on the field, as Dlamini picked up his second yellow on the day and given the marching orders. A tactical switch for Coach Mnisi, one that will go to solidify Young Buffalo's win. Sfiso Mabuza in for Ali Mate. It was an issue of Tumamina as Mabuza extended Amatole's lead deep into the second half. Mazibugo was not done as yet, getting his brace, fifth for the host to wrap up the match for Amatole. In the words of Andile Mbisana, kukhona umcimbo la yamnanzi party. The party starters getting things going.
Dansi team beyilungiselele. Silokuqalela iviki vele simusele Malandi. Asithoku nje lama results satholile namhlanje amagoli. So vele we working so hard for ama results positive. Dansi team say right seyibuyile nyalo so stay focused. Konke kwenda konyathelo ukuthi manje ithole 3 points every game leyodlala.
Khona ukuthi i-team seyibuyile besides ukudlala kuMalandi ngabe nibuka ukuthi at least first round nikoleke ngakho ama-points wanichaze nikuphi league ngokuphela kwe-first round.
We not going for carrot or what. Cabanga ukuthi our main focus nyalo ukuthi sithole 3 points in each and every game esidlalayo. Then sitawubona ukuthi isibeka kuphi first round. But nje each and every game esidlala konyalo our main focus ukuthi sithole 3 points. Then we done.
Lamagoli lang 5 as a captain ngibudla lekujabusile.
Ngicabanga ukuthi ngaba kunali lekuphaselana then iphaseli net ukuze kungekho goalkeeper so ngicabanga lelo it was the goal of the week because bubukosi iphaseli net and they were passing each other lakhona kase ne-team so it means there is a team le right now.
All right, thank you captain.
Thanks so much.
No, igame ibe right first half manage ukuthi si manage kahle igame. Then I think sibe ne problem ye hit and the traveling ukusuka eMbabane size la but all in all is consider amagoli amaningi which I think is nesinkinga ye defense but we still working on it.
Dinyosi, who have dominated Wanderers in recent times, having claimed 4 points last season, were riding on that luck when they welcomed Wanderers at Galanga out in Sitegi. Dinyosi were first on attack through Mpukugo, Dlamini and William Gunene, failing to make something out of it. Wanderers should have grabbed the lead in the 30th minute with Patizwe Mabuza's effort coming off the crossbar. Bongiswa Dlamini made a comfortable save after a long-range effort from Gunene. Mabuza missed a glorious opportunity to open matters for the visitors in the closing stages of the first half. The second stanza started off with Wanderers players having a run in their goalpost in an attempt to get rid of any bad omen that might have been left by the opposition. Speed trap kind of vibes. The restart of the second half saw Melusim Kwanaze being denied a penalty after Wanderers defender handling the ball. Dinyosi should have gotten their opener from a set piece, but goalkeeper Dlamini was well positioned. The Lobamba-based team combined well to get their opener courtesy of Mfundo Similane. Dinyosi held on to a resounding 1-0 win over Wanderers.
Against a big team like Manzini Wanderers, who have been consistent on their results. But I'm happy our game plan worked, tactical discipline, you could say we were winning the jewels. We showed that we were hungry, we were fighting for our lives. And we wanted to get them on the break. That is why we could have scored 3-4 goals.
Like ngakutshela Pembe last week ukuthi I think bafana badlala kahle but bekushoda nje leyo nhlanhla ukuthi bawine ama games. Today it was one of those games whereby we needed ukuthi sijikele khona le losing streak. Ngicabanga ukuthi le win lena i-motivation lenkulu going to the next game bese i-match needed kakhulu in the team. Bese desperate for the 3 points. Ngicabanga ukuthi credit ngayinika ku structure sonke setinyosi starting from the directors down to the players. Ngicabanga ukuthi after the lama defeat like 3 sihlale phansi senda lento lekuthiwa self introspection sibuke ukuthi ngabe kushoda kuphi na kuphi umbuzo nalo uyalungisa ku department yakhe. Okay, last week in terms of depth it's one of the rules lakhona in terms of ukudlala nemaphoyisa nanani we've got many players labe emaphoyisa of which bebanga affiliate le game lesiyakho.
All right, all the best in the next game.
Sharp TV.
Hot at the heels of Royal Leopard, Babane Highlanders were hoping to keep up with the leaders when they travelled to Prince of Wales Stadium to face Vovovo FC in a late afternoon encounter. Sunday's encounter saw the return of Vovovo's top strikers Busisot Fala up front. Menzimamba was the only change for Inkunzi, coming in for Simpiwe Manana. Inkunzi got things going with their first attempted goal, falling to Tony Majanja, but keeper Innocent Aja was well up for the challenge. Vovovo's Siyabonga Zwane had the first run in for the host, his effort well off the mark. Sanele Mkweli's free kick failed to produce any result after some proper defending from Vovovo's back line. That will be the last action of the first 45 minutes. Minutes into the half, Innocent Lamine's left foot shot was enough to give Vovovo a much-needed lead. Well deserved. Aristo Damuza was lucky not to pick up a red card after an open start challenge on Kosinati Fagutse. Scully missed out on a glorious chance to level matters for Highlanders. Inkunzi thought they've equalized through Sanele Mkweli, but it wasn't to be as the goal was ruled offside. That's how the match would end, 1-0 in favor of Vovovo. Ziyakhala ke manje.
No, sebenzekile kakhulu ngajabula for the 3 points. I couldn't game for Highlanders. It's not easy, but for the match ngiyabonga kakhulu ukuthi sikhonile ku maintainer. Sakhona phuma no 3 points awini second. Yeah, it was very tough. Yo, it was not easy. So Well done for Machita, the coaching staff, everyone, the management.
It was a tough game, but we created a lot of chances, then we missed it. Then they got only one chance, then they convert. Football is like that. If you create a chance, you must convert. Because if you don't convert, they'll get a chance and they'll convert.
And now for the rest of your results. Struggling Green Mamba couldn't find their footing against the Rangers in a match that ended in a 1-0 draw. Tabangulu Kellys are doing the Lord's work to limit leaders Rai Leopard and Tambuti holding Millinghorst to a 1-0 draw. After week 11 of games, Leopards are still leading the pack with 25 points, followed closely by Highlanders with just a point separating the two sides. Seabeds are up there chilling with the big boys, rounding up the top three. The bottom three features Rangers, Tambuti and Malandi Chiefs, who are very familiar with that position. The next round of games will be highlighted by the biggest fixture in Swazi football calendar, pitting Mbabane's most followed teams to what is known as the Mbabane Derby. The first stop, though, will be in Hlangano out at the King Sopuza, the second Memorial Stadium, where Rangers will play host to Vovovo. Millinghorst will welcome Manzini Sibeth at Galanga in Sitegi. On Sunday, Sundowns travel to Tabangulu to face Tabangulu Kellys, and the big one indeed being the Mbabane Derby, pitting Mbabane Highlanders and Mbabane Swallows.